Good day, fellow investors. Welcome to Arabian Property Pulse, your weekly podcast dedicated to the real estate market in the Middle East. Fueled by coffee and powered by our sponsor, NelsonPark Property, I'm your host, Jeffrey Asselstine. Good day, and welcome to the newest episode of Arabian Property Pulse. Today we're going to talk about open houses. So depending on what country you're from originally, and in particular thought regarding USA, Canada, England, Australia, I believe New Zealand as well, the concept of open house is very, very familiar. But for the Middle East, it's just something that's not really done, or not done very frequently. And if I look at Qatar, we're the first company to bring open houses to the market, and we're the only company to do it on a regular basis. In Dubai, we've started doing open houses, and we'll continue to do them more and more in the future. But what exactly are open houses for those that don't know? So the whole idea is that you have one of the challenges of selling a property in the Middle East is often the properties already have a tenant in them. So when there's a tenant in the property, it's difficult to arrange a viewing. You have to coordinate with the tenant, you have to coordinate with the owner, you have to coordinate with the buyer, and finding a time that exactly works for everybody can often be quite difficult. And for tenants, they don't want to be bothered, and they're normally very gracious for a couple of viewings, but after 2 or 3, it becomes a bit tiresome, and they get more reluctant to allowing viewings. So what we started to do is a couple of things. When we have an open house, is coordinate with the tenant and say, what we'll do is say from 12 o'clock on Saturday from noon till 4, if we can ask you to be outside the property, we'll come in, clean it up, have it looking amazing, and invite all of our buyers to come at the same time. This works great for the tenants. They get to be out of the house. They get to be left alone. And also for our buyers, they don't have to have a specific fixed time. There's a nice wide range of time on that Saturday. And that's for both Qatar and Dubai. The Saturdays work perfectly. It's a really great time for the tenants, the buyers to be able to come in, not disturb the tenants. They can come in at any time through that 4-hour period, look at the property, and to see if it's right for them. It's something that we've had great success with, and we'll continue to push on through our client base, through the properties that we have for sale. And oftentimes, and frankly, we have buyers calling us saying, when's my open house? When do we get to put my property and show it and advertise it and do a special push to sell the unit? So keep an eye out. Look at our Nelson Park's Instagram account, both in Dubai and in Qatar. Follow us, check us out there, and be aware of all the new open houses. And a specific plug for this next week in Qatar in particular, we have 24 townhouses, all for sale from one individual seller is selling a bulk of units. And we'll be selling those units, and we'll be having an open house for those properties on middle of next week, the 26th of February, 2025. So reach out to us if you want to attend that open house. We'll be having more and more in the future, but this one is very specific, very special, and a unique opportunity to buy a townhouse in Qatar. Thanks again for joining. I hope I gave you something to think about today. Take care. Hopefully that gave you something to think about. Enjoy your week, and if you need assistance with any of your real estate needs, get in touch with NelsonPark Property at NelsonParkProperty.com.